It's good. Holy crap, I said something nice about the Batman vs Superman movie. Now all the stupid, pathetic little whiny fanboys can shut their bitch mouths. Apart from all the insults I just threw at them. Yes, like everyone else on the planet, I saw the Batman v Superman trailer, and it did reinvigorate my interest in the film quite a bit. It's not perfect, it's not amazing, but it is really good. Certainly stronger than a lot of other contestants. And even though it does still baffle me that there are people in the world who found Man of Steel entertaining, I can't deny that I still want to see Batman and Superman duke it out. It's just one of those things. I just want to see that in a film before I die. That's just one of those things. The film, it appears, will focus, as many people suspected, around the destruction from the end of Man of Steel. Turns out Bruce Wayne was in the city all the time, and in fact witnessed one of his own office buildings be destroyed, presumably a lot of people he knew killed. And Superman is having to face the backlash from that, which then Batman jumps on top of Bruce Wayne, becomes the Batman because he's retired at this point. Seems to be the crux. To join the anti-Superman side, because everyone seems split on the Superman issue. I'd be very curious to know if this was the plan all along, or if this is them improvising the movie's plot based on the backlash they got from Man of Steel. Whether you like Man of Steel or not, there's no denying that there is a ludicrous amount of death and destruction in the finale. And I don't know whether that was originally planned, so they thought, well, when they had the idea for the sequel, for the Dawn of Justice, and they knew that they had to have this sort of, have the world split on the idea of Superman, or if they, Man of Steel happened, and then they had all the internet backlash of people going, this is ridiculous, there's so many people got killed, Metropolis got destroyed, whatever. So they thought, okay, well, we better take that on board and work it into the plot of the next movie. I don't know which version it was, or either their pet so I don't know whether it was original plan or if they're just on clean-up duty from the mess. However, either way, it's very clever. It's the smartest move they could possibly have made. Either they thought about it in advance, or they're responding to try and get the people who were turned off by Man of Steel back on board. It's a good idea. It's by far the smartest scenario they could have done. So I do applaud the filmmakers for making that wise decision. As I say, the trailer's not perfect. The Batman and Superman stuff works pretty well. It's still very dark, and people are dark and serious. People are misinterpreting as mature. It's not mature. In fact, it's more immature than a lot of the Marvel silliness. But it is still got that feel, and hopefully that's not too overpowering like it was in Man of Steel, and just because Man of Steel just became boring because it was so much. Also, Jesse Eisenberg, I don't like him. He's bad in this trailer. I know some people do like him from the trailer. I think he's crap. And the red capes are coming is just a dopey line. I understand it, what he's doing and why but it's a really dumb line, and it's kind of played in the trailer as if it's meant to be the quotable line from the trailer. But it's not like a why so serious or whatever. It's a stupid line. Wonder Woman's appearance seems somewhat arbitrary. There's no context for whatever it is she's doing. She's having a fight, doing something. It's not really clear. It's kind of like they had to cut in some scenes just to say, oh, she is in this, by the way. But that's odd, to me anyway, because in the internet age, most of us nerds are on the internet, and we know all this stuff. We know Wonder Woman's going to be in it. We know what she looks like. We know all theoretically the other cameos that are going to happen, we think, but we don't know the details of them. So once again, this feels like a movie studio, 5 steps behind its audience. They don't understand that people want a little bit more. And this trailer has come out, and it hasn't told us anything we didn't already know. It hasn't told us anything new and interesting. It does look really cool. Visually, it looks really cool. But that's kind of the bare minimum to some degree. You just kind of want, well, it should look cool. You've got a ludicrous amount of money, and it's one of the most popular franchises. So if you can't make it look cool, then you're incompetent. But yeah, plot-wise and everything else, they don't seem to be giving too much away, which I think is a mistake. I often feel that maybe Marvel overshares sometimes, And I tried to actively avoid some Marvel stuff, just like all the Ant-Man spots, TV spots I tried to avoid, just because I figured, what's the point of going to see the movie if I watch all of this extra stuff, you know? But yeah, I think this has gone the other extreme in that it's giving us information too late. But that's fine. I don't object to the element of surprise at all. I don't object to going into Batman and Superman not really knowing what's going to happen. I'd be quite happy with that. It's quite a long time before the film comes out, so there'll be at least another trailer, which I'm sure will have more information in it. Hopefully not, spoiler heavy. Like the Marvel trailers are often spoiler heavy, which is actually a little bit annoying. But yeah, it's good, is basically what I'm saying. It looks really cool. The Batman Superman fight stuff looks cool. Him ripping off the doors of the Batmobile and Batman stepping out is just a cool setup and a cool shot. It's got that. Problem here is that it's very superficial right now. My interest in it is I applaud the plot decision that's attempting to not fix, but certainly to capitalise on the mistakes of Man of Steel, because Man of Steel is a mistake-heavy film, and I applaud that. But there's not a lot else to really sink my teeth into right now. I kind of assumed that Batman vs Superman would look cool, because it's just that very basic sort of cynical concept of we don't need to bother. Here's the probably the coolest idea in comics. We'll just vomit it onto the screen, and sad little fanboys will go and watch it. Which is would be what you'd say a studio with no interest or investment in the franchise would just do. Hopefully it's more than that. Really, really, really hope it's more than that. But yeah, I'm getting to do a bit of a ramble now. But yes, no, it looks good. Suicide Squad, I don't think looks good. As I sort of hinted at earlier, I think it looks dull. A lot of the production stills and the promotional stills and stuff all look quite boring. And the trailer was kind of boring. It was just like, here's some people. Actually, kind of weren't even able to take in who everyone was. And nothing really happened in the trailer. The trailer was kind of strange in that nothing really happened. It really was just a teaser. Again, a studio behind the internet. A teaser to say, look, here's all these characters. And we're like, well, we know. You're not giving us anything new to work with. We saw a little bit more of the Joker's personality, I guess. But even that wasn't that interesting. He's kind of obviously going for slightly more of a psychopath. Like a serial killer. Sort of psycho, I don't know. But that, again, is a newish take on the Joker, which could work great for all we know. But yeah, no, it just wasn't that exciting. The Suicide Squad trailer was just kind of, meh. All that being said, I'm sure I'll end up seeing all these films anyway, just because. And yeah, no, just fingers crossed that they keep making smart decisions. Thank you for watching. You can see all the not so positive things that I've said about Batman vs Superman in these two videos. That certainly got me some internet hate. Much about other movies and other things. I do Let's Plays and on everything else. If you just randomly stumbled across this video, then I do Let's Plays and I do, I've started doing Let's Plays, and I do talk about board games and I talk about all sorts of stuff. Just basically, I just video ramble, as many a person on the internet does. But hopefully it's interesting, and thank you for watching. Please do check out the rest of my channel and like and subscribe and all this other bollocks. Thank you. The end.